Welcome to the Season of Self-Love podcast. I am your host, Nyomi Banks, and I am thrilled to have you join me on this transformative journey. You see, every day we dive into a powerful conversation about self-discovery, healing, and empowerment. This podcast is brought to you by Ask Nyomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery, where we believe that loving yourself is the first step to living a fulfilling life. You can expect insightful discussions, practical tips, and inspiring stories. Plus, we'll occasionally welcome special guests who will share their unique perspectives on self-love and personal growth. So get comfy, grab your favorite beverage, and let's embark on this journey together. Because it's time to embrace the beautiful person that you are. So let's elevate our lives one episode at a time. Now let's get started. All right, my beautiful people. Well, welcome to Freedom Friday here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. You know where you get your daily dose of inspiration. Well, I am your host, Nyomi Banks, and family. I am still processing the power of what we've experienced together this week. You know, as I had said at my altar this morning after finishing my day 9 of my cleanse journey, I'm on a new day. This is the 10th day of the year. And I was truly moved to tears by how divine timing works. You see, just yesterday, I shared with you a very personal incident, one that showed me how we were always being prepared for what's ahead, right? And even when we don't know it. And as I reflect on our entire week, talk about from Jay's powerful letter about speaking truth, to Gina's incredible journey of reinvention, and to the divine timing of receiving tools from next week's guests exactly when I needed them. I see how everything connects when we trust the process. But before we dive into today's episode, let's take a quick break. And when we return, we will talk about preparing ourselves for even more growth ahead, all right? It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here on the Season of Self-Love podcast, and we'll be right back.
Washington Wellness Institute focuses on healing always. For me, if I look good, then I feel good. If I feel good, then I share the good. If I share the good, then I celebrate the good. If I celebrate the good, then I live the good. So I can be paid to be my greatest. But I have to learn the good to be the good.
So, what does it take to be the greatest? It's as simple as a free 15-minute consultation. Be kind to yourself and heal always.
Hey, it's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks, and make sure you tune in every Thursday night to Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap podcast, where we talk about everything from love, sex, relationship, cultural differences, and so much more. By bridging the gap between them all, and we even talk about spiritual uplifting. You need to stop by. Me and Dr. Mike, as well as the BTG crew. We have some amazing guests that come through. You never know. Just make sure you tune in Thursday night, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go to xnyomi.com and tell them Nyomi teach you. All right, my beautiful people. Well, welcome back to the Season of Self-Love podcast. Before we get into our Freedom Friday celebration, let's ground ourselves together, all right? My beautiful people, find a comfortable space and let's take that first conscious breath together. Inhale deeply through your nose and release it gently through your mouth. And with your next breath, I want you to feel yourself opening to celebration. And as you exhale, I want you to release any doubt about your growth. Now take one final deep breath in now. And as you breathe in, I want you to breathe in gratitude. And now I want you to breathe in readiness. And when you are ready, I want you to gently open your eyes. And let's get into this topic, all right? All right, my beautiful people, if you are new here to the Season of Self-Love, we just do this quick little grounded meditation just to help center ourselves before we get into this topic at hand, all right? So family, yesterday I shared something very personal with you. There was an incident that could have been truly life-altering, but what struck me the most wasn't just the protection that I received, but how I had been prepared for it without even knowing. The tools from next week's guest coming exactly when it was needed. Those tools came to me 2 hours before the incident happened, but also in the morning altar practice, providing me foundation, guidance, understanding, protection. But what this did was the message metrics was helping us find meaning. And that's what I shared yesterday. And this is what real trust looks like in action. So family, before we dive into our weekend practice, I need to share something that happened just hours after recording yesterday's episode. Because when I tell you, that divine timing and alignment are real, let me show you how real it is. So after recording yesterday's episode about finding messages and divine timing, something moved me to call a loved one that I hadn't spoken to in a while. So you know how sometimes you get that feeling or that nudge? And so when I had asked my beautiful family member how she was doing, family, you know how when you can hear in someone's voice when something's off, even though they saying, I'm fine, everything good. Well, that's exactly what happened in that conversation. So of course she reflected. So I'm gonna break it down like this, because let me start this. I'm gonna talk about the recall. I'm gonna give you this example of what happened in real time. The call was me calling her, telling her about the recording. But then this is what happened. This is when the divine timing that it all set up for me. You see, when I asked her, how are you doing? Oh, I'm fine. Then she deflected by asking me instead on how I was doing. And this is where divine timing showed up. See, because when I shared about yesterday's incident and about the message matrix framework that we had created together on this show, something broke open. Suddenly she started to share her own recent traumatic experience that actually happened the very day, on the same day, at the same time that I went through my incident. And family, in that moment, it hit me like boom. Ha! Ha! This was exactly what we talked about yesterday. When sometimes we go through things not just for our growth, but so we can help others through their challenges. Huh? So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the whole revelation with this. Less than 24 hours after receiving these tools, here I was being put in a position to share them with someone who desperately needed them. Honestly, I thought, well, I'm supposed to right here on this episode. That's what I was thinking. Right on that last episode, I'm thinking it could be somebody else. And it might very well be that too. Not knowing that it will be a message, it will be tools that is truly needed for a loved one that day. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So again, remember yesterday when I said sometimes when happening for you might actually be happening so you can help somebody else? Well, here it is showing in real time. It was something that she said to me, and she said, cousin, she said, I wish that I would have had those tools at the time of when I was going through my thing. She said, because I would have used them. She said, but I didn't know. And that is where I start to share with her the matrix message framework. But also let me let's talk about, because it's so many. So when I say it's so much to unpack in this show, it's so much to unpack in this show. And I'm just going to be real raw and uncut. I usually record these shows either a few days before, a day before, a night before, but something said no, wait, because there's something else that is supposed to go with this, and you're not putting it all together. You don't have all the seasoning and the spices to put into this recipe, into this dish that we dishing out right now. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Because we have to make sure that everything that we talked about this week, that everything that came from Monday's show, from Pray to Prayer, to Tuesday's show, transformation about Jay's letter, from Wednesday's show with Gina, from Thursday's show, talking about how everything is aligned in and prepared me and set me up. But for us to come here to Freedom Friday to make it, to understand, to prepare us for something that's coming up. So I'm like, okay, this is again that I am seeing. That I am seeing God working in real time. And it is such an amazing feeling. So when I say right now, I'm getting ready to give you some practical applications. And I don't know where you at this moment of time. If you want to pause this or come back and listen to it, or go get your, as Dr. Will would say, get your purpose pen or purpose paper or whatever. But I want you to, this is about applying the tools that we learn here on the Season of Self-Love. We're not highlighting stuff. We are not just writing stuff down on a piece of paper. We are applying these in our life. But the beautiful thing is that these are examples are coming to me in full force. So I thank you, God, for guiding me to do that 9-day detox cleanse, to have me open. So let's talk about practical application. Let's talk about one, recognizing divine moments. So I'm going to show you how to spot these divine setups. So for me, the unexpected urges to reach out to someone, that feeling that something is off in a conversation. So when your recent experience perfectly matches someone's needs, and then the timing of tool of wisdom showing it. This is where you use your experience, your lessons to be teachable moments. Does that make sense? So you're using your experience. This is how we use our challenges to help others. The message, the message matrix that you learned yesterday. You share your message matrix journey. You explain how you found this message. And you show them the framework that supports their discovery process. Remember, tell the fact. What is your fact? I told my fact. My fact was that I was in that incident and this is what happened. Also, a fact is that I had just 2 hours before that incident received tools to be able to handle that in that moment. What was my initial reaction? Scared. Didn't know what I didn't know, but I was doing it. And then me asking the question, what is the message within this situation? Because there is. Now, she as well had a life-altering traumatic situation that happened with her. And when she told me her story on how everything, I'm not going to share her story, but when she told me her story, I saw part of the message within it. But just because I saw it doesn't mean she's seen it. So I told her, I said, you know what, cousin, I'm going to share something with you. And I started laughing. I said, because this is so aligned. This is so deeply aligned right now. And I don't even think you understand, baby. I said, I'm going to share this message matrix with you. And I'm going to explain to you how it relates with you. and how you can now use this moving forward. As I told you all, I told her, make 3 columns. I told her the exact same thing. What's the facts? What's your initial response? And to ask, what is the message that I'm to find in this situation? And I told her, trust the process. It might not happen in that moment, in 5 minutes, in 10 minutes, but know that there is a message. And she was like, I don't know, cousin. I can't, I'm not like you. I can't find. And I seen what the message was, boom, right there. At least part of it. Not all of it, but at least part of it. Because it was right there. But when you open to receiving, when you go into your day intentionally looking for guidance, asking for those answers that you want, they will be seen. Does that make sense? That will be seen. So, last week when we started off with just weekend practices to help us to go into the week intentional, I know you're like, Nyomi, we ain't in school. Yes, the hell we is. Like I told you yesterday, life ain't nothing but, excuse my language, a big ass school. A big ass school. And we have been failing. We have been failing our family, and we have been failing ourselves. We've been walking around with blinders on, with headphones on, ignoring every possible thing. One, and it's about to sound preachy, one is because we've been searching for a God outside of us. I said it. Instead of being connected with God, with you and within yourself. That connection right there. Love. God is love. God is a part of you. God is that core, that foundation. That's where you have to have that intimate relationship with yourself. And so you can understand what the difference between fear and faith is, but also what is the familiarity for you and how you can use that the best for you, if that makes sense. So what I want to do for this, and I'm going to tell you, I got a whole lot for you because I got a whole lot to just express on everything that we've learned this week, things that I introduced last week. I'm going to give you a whole example just from this incident of me talking to my loved one, and from yesterday's conversation, from the incident, from Jay's, from Gina's. Yes, we get ready to do some amazing work on this Friday before we leave out and celebrate. We're going to celebrate, and this is how we celebrate. So here go your gift. Here's your gift. So let's add this to your weekend practice. Saturday, let's talk about awareness. Notice any nudges to reach out. Pay attention. Coincidental timing. Document divine setups and track how your experiencing helps others. And then with Sunday integration, review the connections. Note the divine timing and prepare to share your tools and set intentions for support. So remember, I tell you, when I'm in the bed, once I wake up from the morning from doing my prayer, I open my eyes and I'm doing a wellness check on how I feel, an emotional check on how I feel today. And then I have intentions before I even go into my golden rose room. That's what I'm talking about. And it don't take a lot of time. This is an investment that you have within yourself. And family, when I sent her the message metric framework after our call, something else hit me. Something else hit me. This wasn't just about divine timing. This was about our DVD principles showing up in real time right before my eyes. You see, when we talk about decision, visualization, and discipline as our foundation. And it might feel so abstract to some of you, but let me show you exactly how these principles appear naturally in this moment. You see, with the decision, let's talk about the decision first. The initial choice to listen to my nudge and make the call. Deciding to share my experience when she asked how I was choosing to trust my intuition when I felt something was off. And making the decision to send her the framework after our call. That was the decision that I made. I made that choice. So let's talk about visualization. Seeing beyond the surface, I'm fine. That I'm fine response, I'm fine, girl. So what you got going on? Recognizing the potential and sharing yesterday's experience and understanding how the message matrix could help her. Just envisioning the support she needed. And then the discipline. First of all, staying consistent with checking in on loved ones, following through with sending the framework, and maintaining awareness of divine timing. Using the tools right when needed. But not only that, doing my morning routine. Doing my morning routine. Checking in with myself. Going to my altar. Doing my protection prayer. Keeping committed to what I said with my detox and my fasting. I stay committed. I stay disciplined to all of that. And that allowed me to see it all. So you see how all of that works together. The decision to make the call led to the visualization on how to help, which required the discipline to do what? To follow through with support. And again, this is why we talk about DVD as our foundation. When we make the decision to stay aware, to keep the vision for helping others, to practice the discipline of using your tools. Now see how that dish kind of tasted? And then what happens is that you become a vessel of divine timing to work through. Again, I share with you is that before I get on these podcasts, whether I'm recording or I am with a live show or I am with a guest, there's a prayer for guidance. There's a prayer for connection. There's a prayer to use me as a vessel for whatever it is that you need for the listeners, our world, our beautiful people out there to hear. But then I want you to add these DVD practices through your weekend integration, your decision points. Let's talk about that. Again, notice those intuitive nudges. Choose to reach out. Trust your feelings and share your experiences. Vision check. Look beyond surface conversation. See the potential to help. Recognize the divine setups and trust the timing. And let's talk about those discipline practices. Follow through on those nudges. Apply your tools. Share your framework. Support your growth. Family, this is what I mean about DVD showing up in real life. Sometimes it's not about forcing it. It's about recognizing how these principles naturally appear when we stay open and aware. So you see how DVD is just, our DVD principles isn't just something that we practice. It's something that shows up organically when we're aligned and aware. And family sitting right here, right now. Oh, I'm getting chills because this goes even deeper. Because as I'm explaining the DVD principles to my loved one, specifically about decision, something profound hit me about how everything is connected. Yeah, we've got to go a little bit more deeper. So I'm going to show you how all of this became a ripple effect that literally unfolded in real time. I can't make this shit up. Sometimes I wish I was, but I am so happy that God has built me a resilience of strength, of courage, in boldness, and in authenticity, so I can be able to sit here and share all of this good recipe for this amazing dish that we having on this Freedom Friday right here. And I am just so full right now. Baby, I am so full right now because I'm going to hear, y'all, look at this, this ripple effect of alignment, connecting the dots. And if you read, if you listen to, here we go, change your paradigm, change your life. And Bob Proctor was saying that, what's his name that did the Apple, him. And he was saying how about connecting the dots. Remember that. So the ones who's joined me and already, they know what I'm talking about. Connecting the dots. Baby, I think the dots connecting. And I am excited because I've seen it. And what I'm saying right now, I am getting the chills and excitement. Because look at everything keeps connecting. So let me show you the ripple effect. So remember last week, my auntie, that situation showed us how sometimes we are out of alignment, right? And the universe and the God will create circumstances that force us to pay attention, right? Remember that? Then Monday episode, we talked about the prayer. We talked about understanding. And then yesterday we talked about understanding the message again. We doubled down on it. The crazy thing is that another situation had to happen on that Wednesday, so we can go back to Monday's episode when we're talking about the prayer, P-A-R-E and P-E-R-Y, P-R-E-Y, and understanding the signs and the message. And I could even go deeper, even talk about the guest that I had for Monday for a future episode of this month. Just all aligned. And now just hours later, after the conversation with my loved one, I found myself explaining DVD principles to her, specifically about decision, because my beautiful people, that is exactly what she needed to hear. That's when we avoid making decisions that align with our true purpose. Sometimes the universe and God has to step in. I don't know if I lost y'all now, if y'all push pause or y'all left this situation. My prayer is that you did not, and that you are totally listening with full ears on. Do you see how everything builds? How one message leads to another, leads to another. And this is what I mean about divine timing and alignment being real. When I was explaining the message matrix to her, I can hear myself saying, part of your message right now is that it's time to make a decision. And in that moment, that was the flashback to my auntie situation, to Monday episode. Actually, to Tuesday, Jay made that decision. Gina on Wednesday, and yesterday's experience. All of it showing us different aspects of the same truth. We can either make the decision to align ourselves, or sometimes life will make us do it. Life will make it for us. You know what I mean? So this is why we need to do this. Stay aware of the connections. Notice how messages repeat. Pay attention to the ripple effect. Trust the divine timing. Because family, when I tell you, I am sitting here, so grateful right now to see how each experience had prepared us to help others, how each message builds on the last, how everything serves as a purpose when we're open to see it. When we are open to see it. Family, this is why. This is why I'm so excited about the updates in our workbook, because now we are adding spaces to track not just your message, but how your experiences might be preparing to help others. So remember, family, your workbook is getting some beautiful additions after this week revelations. On Monday, you'll find enhanced message matrix pages, trust building exercises, growth tracking tools. Plus I told you the full complete cleanse is there planned. And actually, I think I'm going to add another one, just an alternative to the one that I've already did. But I got to sit on that this weekend and see how it goes, because I still have to have self-care time, right? Right? I still have to have self-care time, right? All right, my family, I am so full right now, and I am loving every bit of it. Every bit of it. So, family, as we close this powerful week, here in our new year of rebirth, baby, January is all about the new beginnings. And I am so sitting here in awe of how everything is aligned when we stop and be open to the messages. Think about it. This week showed us how divine timing brings us exactly what we need. The way our experiences prepare us to help others. How DVD principles appear naturally in our lives. The beautiful ripple effect to staying aligned. And you want to talk about divine timing? On Monday, our resident therapist, Dr. Real, returns to dive deep into setting and understanding intentions. Not the intentions that we gave last year. We're going deeper. We're going deeper. So you see how perfect this is? But because we learned this week again about staying open to messages, I cannot get enough of keep repeating this, staying open to messages, about trusting divine time and about recognizing the signs. And it all prepares us for a deeper intention work. So, yep, I got some homework for y'all. Dr. Will don't like to call it homework, but I'm going to call it homework. So here's what I want you to do this weekend. Use your message matrix to review this week's experiences. Notice the divine timing in your own life is one. I want you to pay attention on how you might be being prepared. And then I want you to set your intention to come to Monday ready to go deeper. Because family, when I tell you Dr. Will return is divine time, it is. Because he was actually supposed to have did it on Monday for this past Monday show. But I knew something said, no, pause on this and wait for that episode. Because something is happening and you don't even know it. But hey, trust it. Trust it. Trust it. Trust in it. Trust in you. Have faith in you. And when I tell you I'm truly excited about this year, I truly am. I am so excited about it. And let me tell you something. I can envision everything like I want to what I think is going to happen. But man, I'm telling you how this week showed up and showed out for me. Yesterday, I saw me. I saw myself. And what an amazing picture and image that was that I saw. And what I saw, I want that for each and every one of you. I want you to experience that same thing that I experienced. And I'm not doing no witchcraft or no shit like that. I'm using my words impeccably. We talk about this. Remember the book, The 4 Agreements? When I tell you, I've been set up for all of this. The surrendering experience. You understand what I'm saying? These are books that I have been reading. Change your paradigm, change your life. And just recently, what? The Celeste Prophecy. All to bring me right here, girl. Man. What I tell you, we're going to take everything that we've learned about recognizing messages and applying it to setting powerful intentions. Woo! Yes. I'm telling you, I'm making a course out of this, so y'all better get ready. And I'm telling you this course ain't going to be free. I'm just going to put it out there. I just put it out there right now. I'm putting it out there in the universe. I've now put it out there, God. There you go. I took it. There you go. I put it out there. So my beautiful people, I want you to remember you can download your workbook at the seasonofselflovepodcast.com. And yes, that message matrix framework will be there waiting for you on Monday. So if you have already downloaded, I said it would be a revised version, but if you have not, today, just wait for Monday, and it will be there. It will be there. And again, my beautiful people, truly be open of trusting this and having that. This is what it means to have that intimate relationship with yourself. I promise you, it is an amazing feeling. And there's still more that I have to learn. There's still more that I want to learn. There is still growth that I'm going through every day. But the thing is right now is that I am open for the tools. My constant prayer is for guidance, compassion, understanding, strength, courage, boldness, empathy, and compassion, not only for others, but for myself. Wisdom, man. And just sitting in constant gratitude. And constant gratitude. Man, my beautiful people. So until Monday, I want you all to remember that you are so worthy. That you are so capable. And this is absolutely your time to shine. So I want you to have an amazing weekend, my beautiful people. I'll see y'all on Monday. Have a good one. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery and empowerment here at the Season of Self-Love podcast. Remember, embracing self-love is a continuous journey, and we're so glad to have you with us. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave us a review. And don't forget to join our community on Facebook at Season of Self-Love. Connect with like-minded individuals who are also on their self-love journey. Now, if you have any questions or topics that you'd like for us to explore, we love to hear from you. Email us at seasonofselflove@gmail.com and let your voice be heard. So until next time, take a moment for yourself today and remember, you are worthy of love, joy, and all the beautiful things that life has to offer. Have a good one.